All right, birds, you guys ready to have some possums come outside and join us? I think that's a yes. All right, here we have one standard sized tote of possums who have never been outside since they first came here because it's been all winter long. And there's not much in here, but I gave them an area with some nice leaves so they can dig around and so they can start getting used to the smells and sounds of the outside. You guys excited? Looks like excitement to me. Hi guys, what do you think? A big scary world out here, huh? One brave one, always leading the way. Pioneer possum over here. Hi. You guys want to come out and dig through this leaf litter? I've seen lots of little spiders and stuff out here. Spiders. What do you think? Hi. I'm going to Kita supervising out here. What do you think of that? Is that a scary beast? Yeah, good instincts. I do want these guys to be kind of nervous about it because in about a month they're going to be getting released into the wild. So we don't want them necessarily to be approaching dogs or other wildlife. But they're also not known for being particularly clever either. But as they transition into the outside times, they're going to be having less contact with us and more time on their own, just kind of sitting outside in the real world, so to speak. I promise you guys can come out and check out these smells. What if I back up? Oh! Well now. That was a nice demonstration of just how big and strong and scary their teeth are. Possums have the highest ratio of large pointy teeth to brain ratio of like any mammal. Get some climbing in here. Sniffing the whole way. Noses are always going a million miles a minute. There you go. Coloration's gorgeous. Yes. And they are indeed very soft. Now I have some treats set aside for these guys that I want to see if they'll try out. So let me go grab those. Okay, so got some extra eggs here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bury them in the leaves in there and give these guys a chance to dig around for them to hopefully help them figure out their foraging instincts a bit better and see how they do. All right. Hid the eggs under some leaves in here and let's see how they do. I think they picked up the scent of something. One of my favorite things with possums, their noses always going. I'm even try to eat the camera. Yep. Chomp. Go under my feet. Okay. I'm going to try cracking one open, showing it to them like that so they've got an idea. 1 second. Okay, got a nice cracked open egg here. So they can get an idea what they're all about. Come here. Come. What are you doing? You come this way? No, you learn to use tools, so you should learn about that. This is their first time outside, so I'm not too surprised they're not particularly worried about food right now and just want to check things out. Maybe. Let's see. The reason I want to do egg is both because something they might encounter out in the wild as they're foraging, and because something they haven't had before. And since possums are true omnivores, we want them to figure out the wide variety of things that they can actually eat. Because that's going to be a trick to their survival when they're on their own. Oh, what's that? Meanwhile, this one here just wants to hang out next to me the whole time, apparently. Yeah, see? It's good stuff. Hi, Piper. Piper's got a cone on because she has a lipoma on her leg. And she had a vet appointment for yesterday. And the day before, she decided that she was going to chew it open. So she has a big, nice hole in her leg now. And she has surgery scheduled for this upcoming Monday to get the thing removed and patched up. So for the time being, she's just got to keep the cone on. Because normally she's good about not messing with her injuries or obsessively licking or doing hot spots or stuff like that. But of course, this time she decided to, the day before, tear open that leg. Which was not a fun thing to wake up to finding, but you know. Hi. You have egg on your snout. Here, you want to see an egg? Egg. Good stuff, huh? All right, take this back. Two of the three, you guys at least have some sense of curiosity. That was a beautiful noise. I really love being out here in springtime on this weirdly warm March day, and you get that smell of, you know, warming, decomposing soil. It's really rich and pleasant, but also kind of gross. Like if you grow up in the country around manure, you know the smell I'm talking about. It's a sign of life to come. There is one over there. I think they might be coming on to it. Delicious goo. Make sure to let the ducks know that you appreciate their hard work. What do you think you're doing? You might have nice strong teeth, but you cannot chew through the metal wire. And that's why I put it up. There's a lot of work feeding these guys. When they were little and we first got them, they actually have to be tube fed. It's quite the tricky process. My wife handles that because she's the one certified in doing it. It's very intimidating tube feeding an animal, especially for the first time. My personal experience is tube feeding sheep, and maybe a bit gross to describe, but it actually involves, you have to very slowly put the tube down their throat, and you have a funnel at the other end that you're going to feed them through, and you put your ear to the funnel as you're very slowly sliding in, and you want to make sure that you feel them making a swallowing gesture to make sure it goes in the right way, because you can end up with the thing in their lungs and you don't want them to aspirate. So the way you check that you make sure you've gone in the right way is you're listening at the end of the tube for either the sound of whooshing air, or when you hit the right spot, you'll hear the sound of sloshing in the stomach, which really gross, but you know, I'd much rather be grossed out than accidentally aspirate my lamb. It's actually a bit easier with these guys because it's kind of similar to how they feed from their mothers, but they're also much smaller, so it's a very delicate process. It's one of those things that you have to just build up confidence to doing, because if you're too hesitant, you can actually mess up more often by not trusting in your abilities than just being confident going for it. And this is why not anybody should be able to just rescue animals, because way too many people get into animal care for the novelty, because obviously it's really cool having animals around like this. But the novelty wears off pretty quickly, and most of it is stuff like cleaning the horrible smelling cages that these guys make with their really, really gross poop. Because you guys smell terrible. Sorry, the truth hurts. And, you know, checking them for parasites, fleas. But obviously, when I'm posting videos, I'm showing you guys the cool, fun stuff and not so much the actual unpleasantness that goes into caring for animals, which is like 90% of it. Because with life comes death and disease and smells, and you know, there's biting, and basically I'm not a fan of people who use animals strictly for a source of entertainment when they're living things just like us and deserve respect and understanding and appreciation for what they are, not for what we want them to be. And they're not going to be cute and adorable like this 95% of the time. Most of the time they're sleeping, for one, while we're awake, because they don't do much during the day, generally speaking. You find something in there? Oh, look how to smell this one. There you go. They generally don't bite out of aggression, but the problem is their teeth are really big and very sharp, and even by accident they can cause a lot of damage. You can see some of those teeth sticking out. So even out of curiosity, they can really hurt you. Had to treat a couple of puncture wounds on Cynthia. And generally when I'm moving them, I've got nice thick gloves on. And even still, if they can't punch through the gloves, you'll feel a good amount of force. I mean, these guys scavenge like roadkill and stuff. They'll be out there crunching bones as adults, potentially. You know, they're made of the same stuff that they might be eating. Interesting seeing the differences between their personalities, even though they're from the same litter. This one here, obviously, she's much more shy. She's smaller, and she's a lot more defensive. You can see she's kind of baring her teeth at us. I mean, she bit her sibling earlier. Meanwhile, these guys, that face. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh boy, here we go. And I'm not going to work to discourage this behavior because this is something that they're going to deal with when they're in the wild. They're going to have to scrap with one another for food. And I know I was talking about how dangerous and sharp their teeth are. Well, they also have extremely thick fur and skin. So they can take the bites. We can't. And they have to learn how to deal with one another in the wild. And it sucks sometimes, but fighting is just a natural part of their lives. So unless they seriously injure each other or, you know, we see blood, we're not going to pull them apart. If we do, we'll treat them. But we're not trying to control their behavior. Instead, we're encouraging them to explore their own behavior as they feel they should be acting. You guys did that whole fight and neither of you are eating anything now.
I didn't bring you any treats, sorry.
They're having a great time being able to climb in here.
Oh, you stink, man.
They just got into a scrap over the egg.
Yeah, I see that.
I was describing how I'm not going to stop them from doing that because they have to work out their own stuff because when they go in the wild,
Yep.
they're not going to have us here to intervene.
We're not going to get in the middle unless there's an injury.
Yep.
And if you can get some pictures so I can post them tonight.
Sure.
Be good, Possum.
Oh, you just passed over one. Alright, well I'm going to step back out of here and let them have some more time with me, supervising more from a distance so they can have a more natural experience. I just wanted to share a little bit of this and, you know, talk about these guys a little bit and some of the good and bad about taking care of animals like this. So, thanks for watching the videos.